Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. Podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at DocSimmons17. I am joined tonight by the full crew. We got the quartet. We got to come up with something now because Gaggle of Good Looking Men was for the three. I'll give a hot tag to my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Guru of Golden Retriever Energy, all up in here. Zach Hendricks, find me on all social media on Z Hendricks Brand. And of course, check out Country Air Official on Facebook and Instagram, and Country Air Brand on Twitter. And check out that Treehouse of Champions 2 design. Sick as hell. CP Art's making us look sexy. And I haven't thought about this, but we do also have a YouTube. So you guys should probably subscribe to that because I've been somewhat good about keeping it up. So Country Air Official on YouTube.
Yes,
And I'll
yes, you
pass it
did
off.
just upload a bunch of matches.
And I'll pass it off. And Doc's talking about a four name. Maybe it's four Waffle Boys. I don't know. But the guy who makes this Apex quad thing awesome. I don't know. We'll come back to it next week.
I am the man of a million theme songs, the MVP, the Apex athlete, CJ Cole. You can follow me at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at the Apex athlete, CJ Cole, and Twitter or X for you new gens, TAA CJ Cole. And I will hand it off to our senior official, Perch. Take it away.
Hey, what's up, guys? Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, # for the ref brand, and Waffles. Take It Home podcast.
Waffles, 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 waffles. How was the food hunt this week, fellas?
Lots of sandwiches and hot sandwiches, cold sandwiches, East Coast sandwiches, some from Philadelphia, some from New Jersey, some good pizza from Jersey City, delicious pepperoni, jumbo slice, thin, so good, delicious.
Hell yeah. No, I had like a hour discussion about pizza with my friends back home today. Just us sharing some memories of best pizzas. Very beautiful. Zach, you were on vacation. Give us the rundown. What's that Vegas food like?
Well, first of all, we did not go out to our dinner just because of like it being Super Bowl. It was such long wait times for food, so we like decided to like to go cheap, but like it was good. We for breakfast we found a spot. Can't think of the name off the top of my head, but it was like inside the Paris Hotel, the Mirage area. It was like $6.99 for breakfast, and you got like eggs cooked however you want it, your choice of bacon, sausage, or ham, some potatoes, and then flour tortillas. And you got to make your own breakfast tacos, and they were fire.
Yeah.
Um, and then I lived up to the Simpson tradition because we were walking down one morning, the morning that I met Nick Diaz, which we'll talk about later. But we were walking down and I ended up seeing Dunkin' Donuts. And like for anyone that knows me, my favorite donut is the Valentine's Day donut because it's strawberry frosting and Boston cream, Bavarian cream, and it's shaped like a heart, so it's dope. And we got some of those in a beer. So we were eating some pink sprinkled donuts and beer for breakfast one morning.
Hell yeah. Sounds like Vegas.
Yeah, I had to do it. Simpsons. I had to live up the Simpsons tradition. A lot of In-N-Out burgers. Shout out to Steve and APW All Pro putting us on. I took Val there and she wasn't like sure, but the burgers were really cheaply priced for Vegas. And like she had a cheeseburger and she fell in love where she was like, "Hey, we could just do this for dinner tonight too." And like we had a lot of In-N-Out, a lot of shakes, and it was phenomenal. Have you ever had Earl's? Earl
Mm-mm.
sandwiches.
I don't think so.
Uh, we did that twice. Val, like there's a Thanksgiving smash burger where it's like turkey, stuffing, cranberry, mashed potato, and all that on one burger on a sandwich.
Ooh.
I got like the chipotle, like chicken, avocado, chipotle sauce, more up my alley, but phenomenal. A lot of alcohol was consumed. If you ever go to Vegas, again, check out the Paris Hotel. There's like this mall section, and if you go outside, if you go in the spot where it looks like you walk outside and the sky looks real, you're in the right spot. Find the bar on the end. I forgot what it's called, but it has a red logo. and you can get yardsticks. Now the yardsticks on the strip are like $22 for a 25 ounce. They had these yardsticks 2 for 25 for 25 ounces, or 2 for 30 46-ounce yardsticks.
Oh,
So like we found that, and definitely like got 2 46-ounce yardsticks for $30.
hell yeah.
Val was asking me because I was like sucking them down, and she's like, "Are you like?" I was like, "We're on vacation," so I helped her drink hers too. But like, we had a lot of fun, a lot of good eats, a lot of sightseeing. I will talk about later, but yeah, definitely like had to put over all the food because and we finally got our Cinnabon because Southridge does not want to open up Cinnabon. It's only been announced since September of last year.
Oh.
I don't know how long it takes to open up a Cinnabon, but at least we found one in Vegas.
Mm. Ugh, I fear to imagine what a Cinnabon would do to my kidneys nowadays.
I mean, we shared it. I could have smashed it on my own, but Val had a technique and has Sharon, but like everything was good. And we walked a lot, and it was just overall a lot of good food, a lot of laying around, and a lot of what you should be doing on vacation.
Hell yeah. CJ, any good food for you this weekend?
When I was in Michigan, I decided to stop off at a good old Cracker Barrel for some breakfast.
Oh,
Got
okay.
me, I got me, I think grandma's breakfast sampler. I got the grandma sampler, so pretty good eggs, pancakes, of course, chocolate chip. Had to put the chocolate chips in there, and yeah, not like had the sausage, a little bit of the sausage, but didn't eat. I didn't eat all of it because I didn't want to over stuff myself for the show that day. But yeah, that's really all I had over the weekend.
It's a good road breakfast.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with some can't go wrong. Um Producer made French toast again, working our way through that bread loaf. Feeling like she's got it mastered right now.
It's all about the bread.
Oh, did we have anything else?
I don't think we had breakfast. We had HQ.
Yep. We found a bar out here in our little area that we've enjoyed so far. They do funnel cake fries, which is the big banger. Just strips of funnel cake and dipping sauce. Can't go wrong. It's just fried dessert. Fried food is good.
Probably not the best thing for a diet, but is that closed Thursday?
Like no, like this is the one thing I can say that I'm not gonna enjoy about this area is everything. I mean, I shouldn't be out that late, but everything closes so early, it feels like out here. So that was like the one thing. Even like Super Bowl Sunday, a lot of places were closing at 7. Right. Really?
People getting their food early.
Yeah, but headquarters, HQ, high quality so far. Yep. The producer had a salmon BLT from there that was pretty good. I had a brisket sandwich that was all right. Wings were solid. So we'll be back. We just work our way through the menu till I find what I fall in love with.
Everybody.
All I heard was the producer made you bread, and you didn't make her nothing in return. Come on, Doc.
Isn't he just trifling?
Like Doc
Come on,
makes
bro.
dinner every day.
Don't worry about all that. That's not what we're talking about.
And though Doc doesn't eat breakfast, the producer will still wake him up to make her breakfast.
I don't know. Doc's like the chef. Doc Chef Boyardee, I had to give you shit though, because I heard you say she made stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, I know you a cook.
Yeah. She like I'm not a big breakfast guy. I do not have a big arsenal of breakfast items to cook. It's like just eggs, grits, and sausage is good enough for me. Hearty bagel. But the producer is a big breakfast fan, so she forces me to get up and cook.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. So that's how it is. But yes, besides that, I am always in the kitchen. We had steak tonight. We had steak a couple days ago.
There's nothing wrong with too many steak, bro.
Like,
You're making it sound like it's a bad thing.
like I wasn't saying
Thank
there's
you.
nothing wrong with it, but
Saying it like
yes,
it's a bad thing.
I've been cooking. Yes, that
Gosh,
It's just it is the norm. So gotta put over the producer when she cooks. All right. Why don't we get into because it was some good wrestling over the weekend. Anything
But we were talking about banger foods,
Oh
and I'm
yeah,
just not
God
trying to
dang, you
interrupt you and
distracted me. I'm
mess up the
taking too
flow.
many shots on my own show. I forgot Perch's section. Perch, give me the banger of the week.
Banger of the week this week. This is one that bangers survive. We rocked this one back in the California a couple weeks ago, and it really hit the spot driving through the streets of LA to some crossfade cold.
Oh,
An old cut and a
yeah.
damn good one. I remember seeing them at Summerfest, maybe 2003. My brother was like, "Yeah, this band rocks," and we went. And holy smokes, did they ever! And yeah, that '03 era, like good rock music, good guitar blazing. They've got a good handful of songs and a few bands just like them. But "Cold" by Crossfade on that CD, wow.
Like that's
Some
one of Cold is one of the last songs I can remember being on like a now that's what I call music commercial. Cold
That's a classic.
by CrossFit. Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely a banger. Yeah, and that like that commercial, I generally think of probably more times than I should with that song. Like I feel like that had to be on a SmackDown versus Raw at some point. Just
Oh, I'm
maybe that
sure of it.
perfect era. All right, now now that we've gotten Perch's all important banger of the week section out of the way, why don't we talk about what we watched in wrestling? Um, let's go, CJ.
I've been watching kind of the highlights of what happened over the weekend
All
and
right.
Monday. Obviously, the press conference. Watched the highlights, basically, of the new, in my opinion, the new slap heard around the world.
Yeah.
But the and then I've been like listening to a lot of podcasts about it, like the whole angle of the story change, like literally changing as it's happening, like everything that's happening now with it, Rock being back and how Cody might finish the story of how it's going to happen at WrestleMania. So that's mainly what I've been watching in like promos. Watched rewatched a lot of the CM Punk promos, and Cody Rhodes promos.
Hmm. Interesting. I I'm ready for the story to be finished. I'm ready for the story to be finished. Zach, what have you been watching?
Uh, a whole lot of nothing. I think I did turn on AEW. They did what was on AEW this last week. I know Val and I had it on Wednesday. Jericho. I forget who wrestled, to be honest. Like with
Oh, it's
everything
all
we go
right.
through.
Don't worry, because I know when we kick it to Perch, what you've been watching, I know you watched that Dynamite last week.
Some good pro wrestling. Good pro wrestling all around. Yeah, Dynamite last week. We had the CMLL guys
Yep.
against Bullet Club, or not Bullet Club, Blackpool Combat Club
Blackpool.
with
Yeah.
Moxley up in there. Yeah, about as crazy as it gets. I really enjoy. Just
The
pure
Cesaro
chaos.
is amazing.
Yeah, seeing the stuff that Claudio was able to do as a base
Yeah.
and just sturdy and durable. And the ruthlessness that Mox is able to bring, just I don't know, it's as good as a crew gets. I love it. And I love the way they set the hook last week too with the over the top railing and set up for some extra heat coming through here too. Um, Went back and watched some good old school wrestling, some Terry and Dory Funk against Junkyard Dog and Tito Santana.
Mhm.
And it was good classic back and forth tag team wrestling. Maybe Dave Hebner in there as a referee. Jimmy Hart is a manager on the outside. And you can see as they're pulling each other away, and the ref gets pulled right at the moment. Hot tag comes. Terry Funk starts choking Junkyard Dog. Then ref gets distracted. Megaphone falls right into Terry Funk's hands, and he smashes it. And 1, 2, 3. Some good old school pro wrestling, and the old stuff that always works.
Hell yeah. No, I've been like I have spent a weird amount of time like the last week and a half thinking about ref distractions and just
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to do it, and you can really set the groundwork early. Let the ref catch you a couple times, and then let him miss one at the end, or vice versa. Let him miss a couple and catch you at the end, maybe leading into something else. There are plenty of different ways you can make it creative. If if pro wrestling can make Sue Young against Santana Jackson, as wild and chaotic as it is, one can make a referee as distracted or outwitted at
yeah.
any point too. So much fun. I love the ability pro wrestling gives us. Also, gone back and played some N64, some virtual pro wrestling 1 and 2, and such good games. Playing as some good legends, great Sasuke, Terry Funk, uh, making a cool Muda, customizing a little bit, and putting the glasses on Chono. I was fighting Hashimoto, and Muda comes in with a flying fist, almost a Superman punch now, and busts Hashimoto wide open. And the blood in that game is holy smokes. That's intense.
Okay.
More blood than back in the day. Remember, you would get a fair amount out of No Mercy, but this one's got some good blood splatter to it,
Okay.
and it sticks around. Um, Beast in is Masahiro Chono coming through with the Yakuza kick and finishing off with the STF. Very fun, especially with the bloody face.
No, yeah. No,
Fun game.
games of that era, it was like, you go to create a character and you go through the move list. So many moves made you bleed. Like, bled all the time in those games. It was great.
Yeah, it was so good. So good. And the other bit was been to a few arcades, and both of them happen to have Godzilla pinball. And I've been getting down on the Godzilla pinball. Holy smokes! I found my new favorite pinball machine
Yeah.
and maybe favorite arcade game.
Okay. Okay. I too watch AEW. Tag match. Big Bill and Ricky versus Sting and Darby. Very good. If Big Bill and Darby Allin can wrestle all the time, so I can figure out new ways to kill myself, that would be awesome. They had some really good chemistry that on Wednesday with just Big Bill being a monster and Darby bumping and selling the hell out for him, which he is very good at. Um, Gotta talk about Swerve Hangman 3. Awesome double turn with Swerve I guess technically becoming a face. The crowd's been behind him for a while now. And Hangman officially going heel, going to that time limit draw. Crowd chanting five more minutes. Swerve chanting 5 more minutes, and Hangman very believably, like for good reason, saying, "No, you will not become AEW champion. You had to win this to become champion. I will not give you 5 more minutes." And then, of course, Tony Khan just being Tony Khan, and like, "Oh, okay, we'll just make this a 3-way." But awesome double turn. Hangman's reasons are believable. A good heel is a heel who's right. Just went bad. That is probably. I think I really only watched Dynamite. I watched Raw last night. Sammy being the. It looks like we're going through a rebuild phase of Sammy, or a reintroduction of Sammy. It feels as the ultimate babyface, which I'm down with. Sammy's an awesome babyface. Love taking that ride with him. Him and Shinsuke have great chemistry. If you saw their first NXT match, that was amazing. Last night was good too. Um, Speaking of heels who are right, I love Drew McIntyre right now. Drew is like not at that level, but maybe like on the other end of the spectrum for me right now as R-Truth, where our truth is adorably amazing and needs to be protected at all costs, as Zach says all the time. But
Damn straight.
Drew just leaning into um that what he did was right, that everything he did was right. Um, he pushing Cody to finish the story and go after Roman. Like Drew is doing that. Drew is doing it right. He's not asking for handouts. He's going to wrestle his way into the elimination chamber. Drew has done nothing wrong, but he's just did it in a bad way, and it's awesome. So I love Drew. As I said, R-Truth with DIY coming to make the save. And him calling them DX was awesome. um, when he said, "I got two words for you," whole crowd goes, "Suck it," and R-Truth just says, "Thank you." Heart melting. I shared a TikTok from Judgment Day with Zach earlier that was awesome.
I ain't gonna lie, when he said I got two words for you, because I watched the clip you sent me,
Mhm.
I thought he was about to say live, laugh, and love. 'Cause I was just like, it's the Archer thing to do. We call it two
Two
words.
words and say three. Yeah, that would have been good. And that's the thing. Like, even then, like, yeah, that makes sense. But just coming with the thank you. R-Truth is a goddamn genius. Um, but
He's
yeah,
the
no,
guy who he's a guy who would come into your house and start eating dinner, and you would just be like, no one would care. They'd be like, all right,
no,
it's
yeah,
cool.
he enhances the experience, if anything. Um, I'm intrigued because I'm very surprised, or from a behind the curtain perspective, that Bronson Reed didn't go over on Bobby Lashley. I mean, I love Bobby Lashley with BFAB and Street Profits. Them all doing his fist pump on his entrance was dope. But surprised that they didn't give Bronson Reed the dub going into Australia. I don't know if they've announced all the matches, but I do think it would be interesting if we got like a five-way scramble with everybody who's lost so far for that sixth spot. But good episode of Raw too. Really enjoyed it. I've got some stuff queued up to watch later. I want to watch that Trey Miguel, Jason Hotch. The little boys look like they killed it. Um, Still got to watch the homies Joey and Sierra and their freelance debut. Saw some clips from that. But yeah, it's a lot of good wrestling this weekend to watch. A lot of good wrestling. And with that, why don't we get into what we did this past week? Zach, why don't we start with you since you're on vacation?
Yep. As I talked about earlier, ate a bunch of food. Went out to Las Vegas this weekend. I mean, not this weekend, this week. Flew out Tuesday, landed, got to meet one of Val's old friends. Met her up for like she used to do some wrestling back in the day. She managed Hardcore Craig and Steve Stone. Uh, Her name's Gina. I forgot her last name. I apologize. Um, well, hung out with them. Got our dog fixing because she had two dogs, so got to play with some puppies. Um, got to go sightseeing. Obviously, Super Bowl was in Vegas. We didn't know that when we planned the trip, but just worked out that way. Got to see a lot of cool stuff. I think with it being Chinese New Year, like I don't know if it was they had a lot of like Chinese New Year stuff at this at the Bellagio, or I believe, which
Okay.
I was just looking at. I was like, man, if we had Wah Ming here, full gear with like the mask and everything, like the amount of cool promo pics that we could get right now, like
Mhm.
it just like everything was just cool to see. They had a bunch of different like setups with the football trophies. They had a show, I guess they debuted with the Caesar that we got to watch, like on the side of the wall outside, where it was like hyping up the football game. They had like a Paramount setup too, where it's like all these different Paramount little things you can walk through. It was getting set up when we were leaving, but that was cool. They got to see the flag, so I got a picture of the Packer flag for Jack. He talked crap because it was over the Bear flag, but they did the flags in like championship order. Whoever took first through fourth.
Mm.
We sucked this year, so we took fourth. Uh, but
But hey, you guys still had a chance going late into the season, even at fourth, that you guys would have made the playoffs.
which is wild. But bro, oh, and then like Val, like Wednesday morning, we were getting up. We were definitely taking advantage and like not sleeping in. Wednesday morning, as we were getting up, if anyone saw on Facebook, I got to meet Nick Diaz. That was fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Val was literally we were in the elevator. She's like, "You never know, we might run into someone you know, like a celebrity." And I was like, "Oh shit, Nick Diaz." He was just outside the hotel, eating a sandwich, feeding some birds. I walked up to him, asked him if he was Nick Diaz. He said, "Yeah." Got a pic. Uh, super like he was super chill. We like got to hang out, talk a little bit, like because I was like, "Oh, I don't want to bother you," and he was like, "No, I'm free." So I was like, "All right, if you're free, let's shoot the shit."
Hell yeah.
So
Awesome.
that was super cool. And then when I flew back, I did have a booking.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, came back. ICW did a no ring show, and I wrestled Bobby V, and we wrestled.
Like somebody's gonna have to wrestle on this damn show.
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was definitely like I've never done a no ring show. I know, like I don't know if I disappoint. I don't know if I disappointed. If I had like brought hype. I know, like with those matches, you want to see glass, you want to see blood, and you want to see violence. But I wanted to go into my realm, and I wrestled.
Yeah.
Till someone said kick him in the dick, and then we got to a 10 punch to the dick. Other than that, we had a good match. I dropped an elbow from the La Pica stage down to the floor onto Bobby's chest. 1, 2, 3, got the dub. And then went home and watched the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah. Very fulfilling week.
Yes, sir.
Nice. CJ, how was your weekend, brother?
My weekend was good. Started off with Friday where I was up from 4:30 in the morning to make it to work so I could get off early with a half day to make it to Taylor, Michigan, which is around the Detroit area. From what I remember, I went out there for New Edge Pro Wrestling. It wasn't on the show, but I went out there to help set up anything they needed help with, and got to watch a good show, good Detroit area show where a lot of good talent, a lot of people I would love to work, and then stayed over in Michigan in the Kalamazoo area, stayed at a hotel for the night. To then Saturday, I went to uh, Independence Pro Wrestling to find out I was right away in a promo, go out there, shoot the shit, and get a main event shot at the IPW Heavyweight Championship in the main event. So had to do the main event for the Heavyweight Championship against Terry Van Avery. Hard.
It's like had to do the main event. Main event CJ just burdened. Burdened.
Sorry,
Hard to be the MVP.
rambling, rambling MVP over
With
here.
having to cut a promo to start the show and main event for heavyweight title. Like such a
uh,
burden, CJ bears.
nah. But yeah, no, it was like I have a blast whenever I go out to IPW. It's a grateful opportunity that they get. I'm super grateful for the opportunities they give me. But yeah, like got to do a promo and got to be in the main event again, and it was super grateful for everything they let us do whenever we go out there. I'm always grateful. And then Sunday, I saw the Super Bowl at home. Patrick Mahomes gonna be the next Tom Brady, in my opinion.
He is basically Tom Brady already, and like not just rings, but the rise to villainy. Like so many people just did not want the Chiefs to win, and it's very similar to
Bro,
Brady's rise.
I saw I saw a Bears post that said this could have been us, and I said, I shook my head, and we traded up for. I was talking about camp today. I was like, yeah, we traded up for Mitchell Trubisky when we could have got Patrick Mahomes. And Story said, who's Mitchell Trubisky? I said, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. As like I'm a UNC fan, so that made me sad as well that he didn't work out. But yeah, like Mahomes very much a Brady route. It- all around. It's very interesting.
He's really good.
Yes, he is. Like this is remember when Brady did it with no receivers? Mahomes got no receivers.
What are you talking about? Mahomes got Travis Kelsey.
It's like that's it. Yeah. And Brady always had tight ends. That's it.
Yeah, Brady had Gronk.
Yeah, Brady had Gronk. Brady had Hernandez. Like Brady had Watson. Brady always had tight ends. He didn't have any wide receivers, and he had usually just a reliable running back. Not an all-star, just reliable.
True.
Until that what the 18-1 season, baby.
When you guys shut him down at the end,
Yep. That was like the best team he's ever had.
and they couldn't beat the Giants.
Nope. Yeah, every other time he won with a bunch of nobodies.
I wonder what team will be the Patrick Mahomes kryptonite.
Yeah, that'll be the interesting one. 'Cause, yeah, there was what or was it supposed to be Joe Burrow, but then last year they lost to him. I think it
Yeah.
was. So yeah, we'll
Josh
see.
Allen.
Yeah, no, he's owned Allen, so it'll be interesting. Maybe Caleb Williams next season when he comes out. Um, yeah, but it's congrats to the Chiefs. It is weird to say, yeah, Mahomes is basically like the next Brady, all around.
Screw the premiere.
It's good. Yeah, screw the premiere. They're very happy. I saw that it looks like they watched the Super Bowl together.
I was really only rooted for the Niners, so I could hope that Campbell Myers' day was ruined.
Well, there's somebody else. I have another friend whose day I'd rather be ruined by the Niners losing. As much as that let you know how much I dislike that friend. As much as we dislike the premiere, there's somebody I dislike more, would rather see him sad.
That's true. That's good to know.
Yeah,
There's more horrible people out there than Campbell Myers.
yes, definitely. All right, and was that it, CJ? Because I think that's how we got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, and then last but not least, Mr. International, Perch. How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was a really fun weekend. We spent it out on the east in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, up in Jersey City. Had an absolute blast for the Jersey Championship Wrestling uh, Jersey J Cup, part of GCW. And we had 2 days, one tournament. Last year it was two shows in one day. So this year we spaced it out over 2 days at the White Eagle Hall in Jersey City. One of the nicest venues I've ever been to. It's set up like the Melrose Ballroom or the Roulette Room, a nice kind of concert venue with balcony. This one has some cool stained glass on the ceiling. Very sweet. Uh, Nice stage with a big backdrop, projector screen, and some wild pro wrestling. An amazing tournament. The JCW title was on the line throughout the tournament as Jordan Oliver was defending it in every match. And it was awesome. We had legends, we had up and comers, we had people from all over the world. Yeah, it was an amazing tournament and as good as professional wrestling gets in the United States. this weekend. So some great action. First match ahead of the tournament was Marcus Mathers against Nick Wayne. Great match. A couple of young studs, both really good. Marcus representing a lot on the East Coast and being from H2O Wrestling. He holds it down out in that area. A champion in at least several promotions. Good wrestler. And to see him take it on Nick Wayne, very fun match. Good styles. Those two know each other really well. And it was East Coast versus West Coast. And Nick Wayne picking up the victory by the end of it and advancing in the tournament. The next match I had was Masha Slamovich against Man Like Darice. Man Like Darice from the 0121. What a good dude. Solid pro wrestler. Those times we spent out in California, we were hanging out with him. Really good dude. And legitimate good pro wrestler. He brings it, and he had a good match against Masha, and by the end of it, Masha just choked him out, and he had nothing left in the tank. But the hype that Darice brings when he comes out to the ring, rocking the microphone, getting the crowd going nuts, to the intense action inside the ring, definitely one of my favorites. And his gear, holy smokes!
Yeah, his
Talk
gear was
about going
clean over the weekend.
all out for some cool gear. Represent. Yeah, I like that. Like that, unique. The next match I had was Jordan Oliver against Griffin McCoy for the JCW World Championship. And this match has got a lot of bad blood from Young, Dumb, and Broke. I had refereed a match between Jordan and Griff months ago, and it had a lot of bad blood to it. Also, a tag match between the two, and that one ended very abruptly, and it was one apiece. So in this match, a lot of real emotion and betrayal and lots of good storytelling, pro wrestling. One of my favorite matches of the weekend. And Jordan Oliver retains the title and advances in the tournament. Then that night we went out, grabbed some great pizza, and rocked some good Godzilla pinball and hung out. It was awesome. It was good living, good New York style, New Jersey. So night 2 of the tournament was Nick Wayne against legend, the great Sasuke. Nick Wayne hitting the Sasuke special on the great Sasuke was a literal mind-blowing moment. It was wonderful. It was great pro wrestling, and he nailed it. Some great pictures. A lot of good fans taking photos. Nick Richardson, really good photo photographer. He got some awesome shots throughout the weekend. And yeah, Nick Wayne coming out victorious in this match by the end of it. It was good. Great Sasuke won against Mike Bailey the night before with a cradle pin, and he held it for at least 20 seconds.
Yeah, so long.
It was great. So he went for it in this match, but Nick Wayne was able to turn it. So it was a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Great finish, fun match.
Like, hey, the beautiful storytelling.
Yeah, very
I
fun.
love tournaments.
The next match I had was Alec Price against Masha Slamovich. Alec Price was a lot of people's favorites to win the tournament and to face Jordan Oliver. However, in this match, he came up a little bit short as Masha Slamovich choked him out. And Alec Price eliminated from the tournament. That was a real moment. And Masha advances to take on Jordan Oliver and in the finals. But before that happened, a special attraction match. The last match I had of the weekend was for the GCW World Title, which was a fun match. Blake Christian taking on an open challenge, answered by Homicide. Very cool to rock a Homicide match out there in Jersey City. That was a wild crowd. and he brings it. Yeah, it's such a fun match. I really enjoyed. Remember working with him and Cardona in Chicago one time, which was a fun atmosphere. So to get that, wild crowd in Jersey this time around with him going for the championship, very fun match. And Blake Christian comes out victorious and still champion. And Masha Slamovich picks up the victory over Jordan Oliver to become the JCW champion and the winner of the 2024 Jersey J Cup. So much fun on Fight TV. Yeah, great tournament. New ref shirts too for Jersey Championship Wrestling. I love to represent. Jersey is so much fun. I thoroughly enjoy.
Hell yeah. Good. Yeah. If it's international, get them travel miles. Yeah. Jersey, Brick City, good fun. Good fun. I'm always be happy that you're living it up in that area.
It's so much fun. The Northeast, the tri-state, everything up in there. Philadelphia is great. New York's great. All the different boroughs.
Yep.
It's been wonderful to experience and great food.
Hell yeah. Nice. All right. Why don't we get to the topic for tonight? I am very intrigued by two answers to this. I think I know one. But with it being a no, I can never pronounce their name. A Noe family versus the Rhodes family, skerfuffle from last Thursday. Think it was appropriate that we why don't we talk about our favorite wrestling families? Perch, why don't I kick it back to you?
Oh man, good question. I would say there's been a lot of good families in pro wrestling, and I don't know if I've enjoyed thoroughly any more than Terry and Dory Funk
I knew it.
and watching them wreak havoc and pure destruction. And it's ugly pro wrestling, very ugly, but it's what it has to be. And it's solid, based in foundation from their old man, Dory Sr., who was doing 3 hour long death matches and Texas death matches at the time. So yeah, the Funk family from their old man to the boys as good as pro wrestling gets, and Terry is just the greatest. And to see those two work together again, it was some ugly pro wrestling, but good storytelling, and they would get the other team just as popular, and the crowd really wanting to see him win. The other family that I absolutely loved, and it's a big part of what got me into loving professional wrestling, was the drama that this family had. Lots of drama internal, and it was the McMahon Helmsley dilemma. I mean, it
Yeah,
was
these were the
soap opera.
two I picked. I was like, Perch will either pick I feel the Funks more likely, or he'll find a way to get Triple H in there.
Oh yeah, I mean, these two are just the best. You know it to a T. And these are a big part of why I still love pro wrestling and the intrigue. When Triple H, took Stephanie and started beef with Mr. McMahon, who, not too long after he had fights with Austin. So now Triple H is attacking McMahon on a personal side of things with his family and taking his daughter away. And she didn't want it, but then eventually she turned on her dad and did. Oh, when that triangle ended up turning and she had the sledgehammer, like that's a moment I still remember. I still feel it. And it's because it was a family. Triple H was a man with his shirt tucked into his blue jeans, fighting for his family. His father-in-law giving him the business. He wasn't taking it from him. And when he had to put the foot down, he did. And look at it now. 20 years later, they're still married. They have kids, and he is the boss. So he straight up took over from that car ride when he took
Yep.
Stephanie McMahon from Test, and they played it on the Jumbotron
Yeah.
all the way till today, as he is the man on top of the world. On top of it, I would say the McMahon Helmsley regime is the royal family to me.
That's fair. Yeah. Yes. I was like not surprised by those picks at all.
Oh, and I love it. That was a great question. I was thrilled.
Zach. Intrigued. I'm intrigued by these other two because I could not think.
For me, I mean, I was a big fan of Eddie and like the Guerrero family, and
Okay.
like even after Eddie's passing, like watching like Vicky get her time to shine and extending, you have Edge and like you have like Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, and like how much they can do, and like even now it's like in a weird way, like because Ray and Eddie were so close, like you feel that Eddie connection with Dominic because he is his father. So with Dominic being on Judgment Day, you got Ray being you got R-Truth in the family.
Yeah.
So it's a good time. Uh I like the Armstrong family mostly just because of Road Dogg. But if I had to pick like a family I'm currently into that I like enjoy so much, it'd have to be a hometown family. They call them they always brag about the heart and soul. It's the Krieger family. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Just
You might have
a
heard of
little
them.
bit.
There's a guy named Dysfunction, pretty much like the godfather of it. But then you have this old guy Bobby V. You got this hot chick Val Malone, her beautiful fiance. He has a cool tag partner. That family's a pretty dope family.
Man, like, oh God, I didn't realize that partner was dragged into that. Okay.
We're pretty much in a relationship.
True.
Look at that.
I can't argue. Yeah, I'm
Listen-
the mistress, I guess.
No, definitely like I mean, like when you brought that up, I was just thinking to myself, like, man, I've heard so many people like walk up to Val and Kurt and always put over like, oh, Milwaukee's favorite family because of how many people have been wrestling. So I was like, huh, it's time to talk about Milwaukee's favorite family, as they call them.
Yeah, that's right. You're not
We in it.
wrong. Good picks, good picks. CJ, your favorite wrestling family.
Mine would have to be the Hardy Boys.
Okay. Okay.
No, obviously Jeff Hardy being the high flyer, the charismatic enigma, fan favorite of the two, more so of like everybody, but Matt being a good worker, good character too. Whenever he evolved himself, Jeff Hardy stayed basically the same until he went to TNA, but no one really wants to bring up the dark times of Jeff Hardy in TNA. But
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, but like Jeff Hardy, he like world titles, tag team titles, mid card titles. Yeah, basically the all them like the TLC matches, WrestleManias. He's one hell of a crazy dude.
Hell yeah. No, that's right. That's right. Um, and for me, I'm gonna take a newer family, and that's going to be the Phoenix and Penta El Zero M family, the Lucha Brothers. Because now, Penta's daughter is training to be a wrestler. If you've seen pictures over the last couple months, you know, Perch talked about, the McMahon, Levesque or McMahon Helmsley family being the reason he's in it. I've talked about my journey through indie wrestling before and how important Lucha Underground was to it. And one of the first highlights I saw was that triple threat Drago, Penta, and Phoenix. 2/3 of that match that got me into that show was those two. As tag wrestlers, it is hard not to be amazed by what they've been able to do in the ring. You talk about at that time in 2015 2016, two guys who bet on themselves, left AAA, came to America, and like have established themselves as one of the best tag teams on the independent. um what they've done in Lucha Underground, what they've done on the Indies, what they've done in AEW, you can't argue with. Like, uh, Phoenix, no matter how many times he falls to the ground and breaks a limb, he always comes back. So like that's probably like if we're talking about right now, that's probably my favorite family. If I had to pick a local family, because now I gotta piggyback off the tag partner, it's gotta be Top Flight is what I'm gonna go with. Darius and Dante. Been A1 since day one. It's always good to see them. Love seeing their success. Happy anytime we get them both healthy on AEW, for a while. Uh,
Well, I was I was listening to on the way to Vegas. I downloaded Talk as Jericho, and they had a podcast with Top Flight and Action Andretti. And like, man, you forget about how much those three have done. Like Top Flight's debut on national television was against the Young Bucks,
yep.
and Action Andretti's debut on national television was against Jericho. It's like it's
Yeah.
pretty like right off the bat, really
Yep.
impressive.
And I do
And they
enjoy action Andretti. It's just really what it comes down to is like I don't have the personal connection with him that I've had with Darius and Dante. Mostly.
Yeah, and Darius addressed his injuries. He said, "I know it seems like I'm injury prone." He's like, but he said my first injury was like an injury that was my first time in like X amount of years getting injured, and the second time was a car accident. He's like, it's not injury prone. Just like I had two unfortunate things. Like, and this is Dante's first ever injury too. He's like, and we've been doing it for like 7 years, 7, 8 years. He's like, so like he's like, I know it kind of sucks because like we're on TV and finally like we're here and we get injured. He's like, but we're not injury prone.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, these are the first times like I had never heard of them being injured, and they're
Yeah,
around 7. I've been around 5, so
yeah, they might have even been around longer, but like I've
no,
been like
I'm
thinking,
pretty sure Darius has at least been around longer, and I'm fairly confident Dante has.
yeah, and like the reason why they wrestle masks because like they talked about the masks about because like
They
when they were
were
young,
too young. Yeah.
yeah, and like Cannon told them put on masks to wrestle at the bar so people wouldn't know who they were.
Yeah. So that was that. Yeah. But
And it
yeah,
was like
if
definitely
we're
like
gonna
good
go with the
listen.
local family, I'll show the homies some love. Nice, nice. Good choices. Yeah, very good choices. Not I am not surprised by the picks that were made, but I wasn't sure who Zach and CJ would pick. Knew for a fact who Perch would pick.
I knew, yeah, I was expecting the funk, so then I was like, if
Yeah.
not, it's definitely McMahon.
Oh,
Like Perch wears his wrestling glove on his sleeve. It's very easy. Um, all right. Why don't we talk about what you guys got coming up this week? You know what? I'll start this one off. I should be finally moving into my house. That's the plan this week. It has been a long process, but I am happy to announce I have some floors in my house now. So we'll be moving stuff in this week. Zach's probably gonna head down and help, and it should be an exciting transition. Um, Looking at the house from where it started to where it is, every step feels huge and is super exciting. So just happy to finally get in there. Let's go Perks. Let's just go down the line.
yeah, I believe this weekend we will be at ICW Milwaukee this Friday night at the bar. Gonna be a blast. Always a fun time. And Saturday, Elks Lodge at Waukesha for Brew City Wrestling. A couple of home games this weekend, and I'm really looking forward to it. Always a blast to reconnect with fans and wrestlers and people who I train with and veterans from the area. I always enjoy it, so it should be a very fun weekend.
Zach, what do you have this weekend?
Yes, sir. Also, I will be at ICW Friday, where I'm going to wrestle to try to regain the ICW World Heavyweight Championship. Last month, 2 out of 3 falls didn't go exactly my way, but it is what it is. We've always had people try to jump us. Ain't nothing different. Just you gotta come up with another strategy. So Gunnar Wicks, well, he hasn't messed up Hammy. I remember that. Matt Hatter has a stupid haircut. I remember that. Sean Priest can't really talk. I'm gonna break his jaw to really ensure that. And then Jaden Mercer coming back for my belt.
Hell yeah.
Playoff the Champions 2 just launched. we need to add some belts.
Yep.
Well, the belt. So gotta do that. And then also another home game for me. I posted about having some open dates, and Mustafa Eddie messaged me, and I'm gonna be debuting at Racine Championship Wrestling, or I don't know if it's Legacy. They're both on the poster, but I'm there. I don't know what I'm
We in
doing.
the
I
building.
don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I know it's in Racine, but we're gonna be out there. I'm gonna try to show out, and then Sunday, jump in the car with the homie CJ Cole. He talking about IPW. Well, I'm going to IPW with him. Reached out to the promoter, and he told me there's something special for me in store. So maybe I'll have to unfortunately cut a promo at the beginning of the show, and then
No, and
unfortunately,
unfortunately, main event for the heavyweight title.
yeah,
And
like
hopefully you don't have to.
It's such a
Yeah.
struggle.
the
Such a
struggle.
CJ, what do you got this weekend, brother?
Also for me, ICW Milwaukee this Friday. I am in a 6-man tag team match. Retribution against Marjax and Jason Dookie Dukes. With the gatekeepers of ICW, Yanni GQ Llanos and Dysfunction, the ICW tag team champions. So that's gonna be that'll be an interesting one. I am excited. History is definitely different since the last time I was ever in a ring with a bunch of them. I was getting my ass kicked by Dysfunction and whoever he was. I think Joey Avalon when I was Yanni's lackey.
I'm gonna say full circle. You're back with Yanni.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on a different side.
Mhm. Okay.
So and then Saturday I am going to be at the Berwyn Eagles Club in Illinois for Squared Circle Megastars in a 6-man ladder match for the Shooting Star Championship. So I'm really excited about that one, a ladder match. Second time being in one, but this time indoors, not outdoors. And yeah, looking forward to that one. Gonna showcase some high flying crazy shit.
Yep, that's why they give us ladders.
And then I'm trying to think of, okay, how much stupidity do I want to put myself through? And
Just know
I'm
you're
probably
driving
gonna do
Sunday.
something. Say that again.
Just remember, you're driving Sunday.
True.
But don't get too excited.
And then Sunday, IPW in Kalamazoo, Michigan. That one I do not know what I am doing yet, but who still looking for a clean victory on my end at IPW. So hopefully this time it will change.
Okay. Well, you'll be in my prayers, baby.
Thank you.
But no,
MVP has to show MVP skills there.
yep. Oh, but nice. It looks like a full weekend for everybody. Awesome. All right. I think it's about time we start taking it home. So I'll kick it back to CJ. Any final thoughts, questions?
No, not from me.
All right. Zach, final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, 1 second. I had a pickle in my mouth. Yeah, that sounded weird. I had a vegetable in my mouth because I'm eating healthy.
Hey, look,
Go
however you
green.
got to pay, I understand the bookings are slim with me not there right now. However you got to make
No,
money, baby. I'm not
everyone's
here to
like,
judge.
everyone said, "Hey, when's Doc back?" And I said this day, and they're like, "All right, message us 3 months after, and tell Doc to reach out sooner." So yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm just
Yeah,
man trying to get booked.
yeah.
Uh, no, 2 things. One, Treehouse of Champions 2 just came out. People have been messaging. If you want to know, just message Doc or I a size. We'll be writing it down. If you next show I see you at, pick it up. If not, it goes for sale. If you like the Treehouse of Champions shirt, tomorrow we're revealing the Doc Simmons shirt. For those who don't know, if you haven't paid attention to promos or Doc or this podcast, I don't know why you're listening. Doc does have a torn ACL. Surgery is what? When is it?
Like 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Just bought a house, so just to help Doc out, we made a little shirt for him, CP Arts and I, and we're going to be selling them to help raise some medical raise some money, help them out the move, help them out the medical bills. So like, unfortunately, they're going to be $30, but like, I don't want to do a GoFundMe. I'd rather give something back. So we're going to do T-shirts to like say thank you to everyone who supported us. I know people have said they would just do donations, so that's cool too. But just if you want something cool, it's the homie Doc. We'll be revealing the design tomorrow. Just waiting for Pro Wrestling Tee to approve a design, and we'll be doing a bulk order. So yeah, new T-shirts, Trails to Champions 2 just got released. Doc shirt to help out. And last thing, Okada. How would you debut him?
Um,
Because I saw something about him a possible debut, and it sparked my interest.
I guess like the only things I've heard is that he's probably going to AEW. Um, I don't know because he's already been here, so it's weird to feel like we have to debut him in AEW. If it
Oh, I
was,
guess hypothetical. Let's put WWE realm.
yes, if it's in WWE, ooh,
Because I saw one that was interesting today on Facebook, and that's what sparked the interest.
I would probably have him debut against Gunther.
Gunther. Oh, that'd be good. That's better than what I saw.
That's what I'm thinking. I'd probably, uh, Gunther goes over, Imperium standing tall in the ring, at WrestleMania, obviously. That's probably where you're gonna get the best reaction. Um, yeah, Imperium standing tall in the ring, music playing, and then you hear the coin drop. That's it.
That'd be dope. That's
That's
way
it.
better than what I was. What I read, and I'll tell you what I read after I hear everyone else's answers.
Okay. Perch, if you could debut Okada anyway, how would you debut him?
Yeah, I would. I thought none better than like the Royal Rumble. So that would be a long time from now. So I don't have a good viable.
Okay, so you would have debuted him last month.
Yep, absolutely.
You
And I
gave
think I
gave him
may
the
have said it
AJ
too.
Styles right after Wrestle Kingdom. How could he make it here?
Yeah, so that would be my thought. I hope wherever he goes, it's somewhere that we can see on the regular. I would love to see him on Wednesday nights, maybe as a opponent for Takeshita
Yeah,
one day, because he's running amok as evil. So I would love to see those two match up. But yeah, wherever he ends up, I wish him the best. Shinsuke is doing some nasty stuff over there too.
yep.
I would really enjoy Kevin Owens against uh, the Rainmaker. I think those
That
two
would be
would
very good too.
rock it in a feud. Let me see
Yeah.
a blood feud between those two.
No, yeah, that would be very good actually. Especially uh
See, that's where I
because
was
I
about to
think if we
go.
do Kevin Owens, I think we get I'm better than you and don't care about you, Okada, which is best Okada.
And
I
that's
just
what I
think
was trying.
that reversing the Rainmaker into the pop-up power bomb and
Yeah.
just the amount of pure chaos to see Kevin Owens going against Okada, wherever he goes, I hope that that is a possibility.
Yeah, KO would be a good one. Yeah.
I was reading rumors, and like it was like what sparked my interest was I saw a match graphic with Okada facing Sami Zayn for Mania, and they were saying with like Sammy feuding with Shinsuke, what if Okada came as Shinsuke's like guy, and then we had the KO thing set up, and like
Very good, Ed. Very good. I enjoy them all. CJ, you could debut Okada. How would you debut him?
with a
Um,
promo in the main event with the World
Yeah,
title.
beating Burden.
the biggest
Hey, man,
burden
we would
of
also
all.
get
Oh,
I'm better than you Okada in that sense too. So I wouldn't be against it.
either I mean for AEW, why not put on a banger with Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay?
Okay.
That
Fair.
like those are instant classics right there. Where you'd get a Meltzer 7 stars or however many stars he'll ever give. Or yeah, in WWE either I'm Shinsuke Nakamura, Gunther, uh, or right after WrestleMania, come out after if Seth is still there as champion or Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, yeah, that could be a good one too. All right. Yeah, all very good picks that I would be more than happy to see. Perch. Final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, I had this thought. I watched that press conference for the WrestleMania. I love a good press conference and a good hype up, and it was wonderful with Seth, Roman, then Cody and The Rock. Just the way they stacked it up, it was really wonderful to see, and the way The Rock slapped Cody, oh, just slapped him. That was awesome pro wrestling uh, taking place. And the way it was set up was just beautifully done. I really look forward to, and I never speculate on anything, but I would be so thrilled if Cody ends up going up at WrestleMania and just like last year gets beat. I would be so happy. It would be wonderful. I was able to soak it in last time, and that kind of energy is just you can't manufacture it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yep. No, WrestleMania is a good one.
Oh, I would love to feel that disappointment again. So I hope he gets right to the mountaintop, and I hope he's
But
within inches of grasping everything, and I hope it gets taken all away from him again.
for all of those who only have such positive things to say about Perch and that he brings such good energy, that's because he sucked all the negative energy out of you. It fuels him. Your Cody Crybaby disappointment fuels his joy. That's what it is.
There's
That's the
nothing like a collective boo from 80,000 people and to feel it. It's like, wow, this is pretty damn cool. It was
Your
a thrill
tears of
like
pain is his elixir of youth. This is how Perch.
thrill like none other.
I already have an idea for tweet about this. We're about to have 20s of viewers to hear about Perch's dark side for this show.
I think it's because when the Packers lose in heartbreakers in the playoffs, I feel it.
Oh,
So
I feel it too. It's great.
so when I see people lose in wrestling, almost like it's the playoffs, ooh, I get some enjoyment out of it. Boy, do I ever.
Awesome, awesome. From me, my final thoughts. I want to give thank you to Zach, and for the shirt design, to try to help me out during this. Yes, I too would not want to do just a GoFundMe. It's like do what you got to do, people, but I definitely prefer to give something back to the fans. And it was his birthday a couple days ago, maybe a week ago. But shout out to CP Arts. We give you a lot to do and you knock it out of the park. And we are
Oh,
sorry that we are difficult. But
so,
anybody needs a design, I cannot put over CP Arts enough.
side note. So like I was at work and my one of my colleagues, like he's very invested in our wrestling. And he's very invested in you healing. And every time I talk to him, he's like, how's your boy? And I'm like, still has had surgery. And he's like, really? Super cool, dude. Like has my back.
No,
Really
I
cool, dude.
appreciate it. Like
Uh,
I have
but
lots. I don't think I've told you, but I have lots of friends who are fans of probably all of you guys. They're very interested in a bunch of you guys.
yeah, and like I showed him the CPR. Well, I send CPRs
Mhm.
and what he makes, and they were like, "How?" They said that man is talented. I was like, "Yeah, bro." Like I was like, he makes us look so good.
Yeah, yeah. We would be. I fret to imagine what we would be like had we never.
Let's just say the travels and the cool gear that everyone sees us do would be very minimum.
Oh yeah, yeah. We lucked out that we, hooked up with a good graphic designer, hooked up with a good gear maker. We have been very blessed in that, and I've been blessed to have a very awesome tag partner and awesome graphic designer to come through in this hard time. And with that, be sure to like, share, subscribe, follow us on all the social medias, tell promotions to book us because we like to wrestle and ref, and eventually I will be back to wrestle. So let them know. Surgery's in 2 weeks, so I'll be back before you know it. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. 1